Hey guys, welcome back. Today I thought I would film a little updated makeup tutorial, but this one has a little twist. I'm actually getting ready to go take my passport pictures. I thought I would kind of show you guys the makeup that I've been doing recently. I'm going to step it up a little bit, kind of enhancing my natural features. This is just going to be a foolproof makeup tutorial. Makes me look like my best self basically for photos. Gonna get started. I already did my brows. I try to make them as even as possible. I tend to not show this in my makeup tutorials just because I feel like it's kind of boring and everyone's brows are a little different. I'd say just do what works for you. I'm gonna go in with the eyes first. I will have all of the products that I'm using listed down below in the description box. If I don't talk about something or call it out, just know that all of the links are down below. I always like to conceal my eye. It gives you like a nice even base. You can use a lot of the same products for different uses. Concealer, obviously you can use under your eye, but I also like to use it to prime my eyelids for eyeshadows. It gives you like a nice even base, covers up any dark circles that you may have around your eyes. And then take a little fluffy brush, take some translucent powder, Laura Mercier, set my eyelids. Next, we will move on to eyeshadow. I like to do a very like orangey eye look. I feel like it looks best with my skin tone. Take this color here and tap off the excess. Put it all over my whole lid. I don't use multiple colors. Start in the crease and then bring the rest on the lid. This makeup look is super easy. I mean, there are a lot of steps, but it's not that difficult. It's not that like extensive at all. It's like pretty simple. To bring my eyeshadow outside, like towards the end over here, so I'll kind of like drag it up in a triangle. We'll clean it up with the concealer, but this just gives your eye a little bit more of like a lifted look. So I will bring the eyeshadow kind of like outside here and just kind of brush it out. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to do some falsies. I typically don't do this on an everyday basis, but I feel like for pictures, just having a little extra oomph in the eye area is always nice, but I also like, I don't want it to look too extra. I'm trying to picture how this would look. All right, that took a minute, but I ended up getting some lashes on. I went with like some really natural ones. We'll see when my whole makeup is done how I end up liking them. It took me so long, I feel like, because I haven't like done lashes in so long. I'm like not used to it. Okay, moving on to the face. So first part of this is gonna be your base, and I feel like really good makeup starts with really good skincare. So I had already done my morning skincare routine. If you guys want to see like an in full depth breakdown of my skincare, I have a ton of videos on my channel. I will leave a card somewhere so you guys can go check out some of those videos. I am going to do an updated winter skincare routine though, because I have changed out a few products now that it's a little bit colder. But I already started with skincare, so we're all prepped with that. I am going to go in with primer as well. I've been loving this one by Smashbox, specifically controlling oil. Since I'm super oily, this is like a mattifying primer. I'm loving this. I actually worked with them for this product launch, which is super special. So kind of focus that on my T-zone. Nose especially is where I get the oiliest, and then I go down to my chin, and then whatever is left over I will bring up to my forehead. And what I also do to have a little bit of a dewy base is I like to spray just a little setting spray. And I actually have a new one that I want to try. Let me go get it. I got my new setting spray that I've been really excited to try. This is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. Okay, so we're gonna try that. Now that we have our primer set our face, go in with foundation. Now I have been loving this one. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I apply it with the kabuki brush. The tip to applying this and getting like a really flawless base, typically with kabuki brushes you think to like go like that with it, but what I find works really good, especially to like cover some of my hyperpigmentation, is to treat it like a beauty blender. So you kind of like press it into the skin like this, and it just leaves like a very flawless finish. It doesn't move around the product. You're kind of just placing it exactly where you want it to go. Instead of like rubbing like that, just dab. Then when you're done, pressing it all in, you kind of can go in and kind of buff out the edges, anywhere that didn't really get blended in. This is like my favorite foundation lately. Gravitating towards it. Very medium to full coverage, but your skin just looks so freaking good after this. And for pictures, you definitely want something that is gonna be super flawless, give you like a nice even base. And this is like, everyone raves about this for a reason, because it is so freaking good. Now that we have our base all set, now we need to fix these under eyes. You're gonna go super bright under there because I love a bright under eye area. So first I'm gonna use the Dior concealer, which I've been using this first. I'll apply it here, clean up my eyeshadow line, so do like a little line. And then same thing on the other side. And you don't need to apply too much concealer. Like typically people do all the way around. You really don't need that much concealer. Just put it in 2 areas. And then this shade is a little bit brighter. Apply it on those same areas, just right on top. Do 1 line on the bridge of my nose, 1 on my chin, and then just kind of like color in on my forehead. And then I want to let the concealer underneath my eyes sit a little bit. I just wet my beauty blender, and I'm also going to spray it with some of the setting spray and then just kind of like dab. We're going to blend that out, so just pounce. Whenever you take pictures, it's always best, obviously you want to look like yourself, but definitely don't be afraid to apply a little bit more makeup than usual, because in photos it always comes off like you're wearing less makeup. It's definitely not going to be harmful to apply a little bit more. And you see when you do a line to clean up your eyeshadow, how just like crisp that line looks. Oh, I actually like the lashes, I think. Makes it look a little bit more dramatic, which is good. Now that we have all of the concealer blended out, I'm gonna dab the same beauty blender into my powder, and we're gonna bake that eye crease like no other. So I have to set my concealer. I don't bake too much. I kind of just like go in and set, and whatever's left over, I will like brush it away, but I don't do like the hard bake. I'll do that on my forehead also. We are going to contour. My favorite bronzer, I talk about it all of the time. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. Take a little brush. I like to contour my nose and just give it a little bit more dimension since I have a flatter nose. For passport pictures, you can't smile or anything. You kind of just have to, like, I don't know how I'm gonna smile in my pictures because you can't do like a, you can't do a big smile. They say you can't do that. Literally have to kind of be like, I don't know how to do a soft smile. I was talking to Tyler about this. I'm like, some people can smile so cute, like, and I'm just like, I look stupid. Like my teeth want to show. I just look dumb, like trying to not show my teeth. I don't freaking know. I'm gonna have to practice this. That could be a whole video in and of itself, and I don't think I could teach that. Little contour. Take a bigger brush and kind of like bronze, warm up the rest of our face. As you can kind of get messy with it and go around the perimeter. Then take the same beauty blender, take some translucent powder and just kind of clean up that line. And I like to bring it all the way to my smile line. So kind of just like do a soft smile, and then that's where you bring it up to. And then we're also going to clean up our contour, our nose contour. So I like to do it on the side and just make the contour a little bit more sharp. Kind of look crazy, but it's okay. Trust the process. And then you're gonna do it in the middle as well. It can be messy, doesn't matter. Next, we're gonna do blush, and this is my favorite step because I freaking love this blush palette. It is Patrick Ta, I forgot what it's called. Major Headlines. Colors in here are freaking gorgeous. I'm just gonna take a little blush brush, and I like to mix the middle and the dark shade. First, I apply it kind of high up on my cheek, and then I bring the rest to the apple. When you do smile, kind of like lifts the cheek a little bit. Dark color, kind of focus it like outside, and then the bright is where I kind of focus it in. And then any leftover powder from this, I'm gonna brush that off. Oh, I'm flashing red. I know I brought another cable battery. There we go. Gotta love having extra batteries. Looking very rosy. Dust that off. Just this. See how it just cleans it up a little bit? It's very subtle, but makes your cheek pop a little bit. Just brush this off. It's kind of like you're feather dusting. My eyelash popping off already. Oh my god. cure the lash. Hopefully that stays. Then we're gonna do some highlight. So my favorite. So I've been loving this Charlotte Tilbury wand. Just take a little bit on the back of my hand. Take my beauty blender. Just kind of like pounce it. We'll apply the high points of our cheeks. This is like the prettiest glow product I have ever tried. Like obsessed with it. It makes your highlight just look really, really natural. To use this as a base. So first I will go in with this because anything that you put on top is just gonna pop even more because you have that base underneath. Then bring the rest on the top of your brow bone. I like to do the tip of my nose. Left over. I also like to do the bridge. Make that pop. Okay. Next, we're gonna take a little bit more highlight. That first highlight was just step one. I always like to wet my highlight brush. I've been using the Fenty Kilowatt highlighter for like years now. Apply that right on top. Like, look how pretty. And then again, top off the nose and the bridge. I always like to go back and clean up my contour because when you do these things, sometimes it gets a little lost. Now let's do the rest of our eyeshadow. I'm gonna take that same color that I did on my lid, put that underneath. And this just completes the look. And you should connect the bottom to the top. So just kind of like drag it up and then everything is connected. So do that to the other side. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade right next to it and a little bit of the brown shade. Just kind of deepen up the bottom just a little bit. Add like a little bit more dimension. Typically I would go on to mascara. I already put on some lashes, which I'm kind of liking the way that the lashes are bringing this look together. Just looks a little bit more picture ready. I'm just gonna blend my lashes with the fake ones and get at the root, make it a little dark. I don't like to do too much mascara on the bottom. I just do like literally the tiniest bit. I like the more like wide-eyed look. So I don't do that much on the bottom, just like a little bit. I think I want to do a little bit of my eyeliner trick that I do. So I take a wing liner and I take an eyeshadow, just like a dark one. I just take like this brown one here. I will create like an eyeshadow wing. It just looks a lot more natural than a black wing. Just start at the base and make a triangle. I'm being very light-handed with this. More like an illusion of a wing than like an actual wing. It's very, very subtle. Last few steps. I'm gonna take a little mini Charlotte Tilbury. This is the, I don't know, it's like Airbrush Perfect powder or something like that. Take that and kind of like set the areas where I get the most oily. So kind of like right here, my nose, kind of just like an extra step. Then the brows, gotta do the brows. So I either use the Got To Be gel or I'll use this brow lift from e.l.f. And because this is what is closest to me, I'm gonna use this. So it's just like a clear brow gel. I put it on the back of my hand. I will dip the spoolie, comb my brows up. During the makeup process, obviously your brows get a little bit messed up. You just wanna like brush them up and also like lock everything in. Ends, I'll comb down so the hairs aren't sticking out. Front section, I kind of like it to be a little bit crazy. Okay, I think those are as even as it's gonna get. Bringing a little bit of the blush onto my nose just to finish. I'm trying to think of what I'm missing. I think that's it. To finish, I'm gonna spray the setting spray. Nice and glowy. I learned this trick from this makeup artist that I saw on Instagram. She says to spray your beauty blender and then press your beauty blender into your skin, and that just further sets your face, and I thought that was like genius. So I'm gonna do that, and it also just picks up any excess product. Just looks really glowy now. Just added a little bit more shadow on my eyes because I felt like it was missing, but I'm gonna do my hair, put on like a really simple outfit, finish my lips, and then I will show you guys the finished makeup look. But here is the look so far. Here is the final makeup and hair. Here's how it turned out. I'm actually really happy that I ended up putting on false lashes because I feel like it just makes my face come together. As you can see, really simple face, but it looks really flawless, natural, not too extra. Still gonna look, hopefully, fingers crossed, really good at my passport pictures. So I will show it. You will have seen what they turn out like. I'm hoping they turn out good, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video on kind of like my updated makeup to wear for passport pictures or any like type of professional picture, driver's license, anything like that. I feel like this would be perfect. So I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you're subscribed and I'll see you later. Okay, quick update from my last outfit. I ended up going to take the passport pictures. They turned out so tragic. Honestly, I hated my pictures. Came back to the apartment and got out my ring light, set up my little tripod, changed my outfit because I felt like the turtleneck just kind of, I don't know, it made me feel, or like I looked like mugshot, like kind of cut off. And the fact that you can't smile just makes it harder. So I just reshot, changed my outfit. I think it looks a lot better. I'm gonna go back to another CVS and have them print it because I feel like if I go back to the same one, they're gonna be like, this girl's crazy. But you gotta get a good shot. I didn't put on lashes to have a bad picture. Okay. I just wanna go my own way.